Welcome to our Hand Wisdom Podcast. This is our introductory session, and I'm Janet Savage.
And I'm Julie Sonak.
And we're here to introduce you to the mind-body connection through your hands.
I'm in the medical field, and what we know is that more and more people are understanding that there is a huge mind-body connection in healing. And what we hope to present to you is how our hands can play a part in that.
Yes, that's our focus, is on our hands. And that's how we're making the mind-body connection. And so we're looking at hands as a holistic vehicle to encourage you to look at your hands as having a message, either of health or of dis-ease. And that's our plan. So I'm Janet Savage. As I said, I'm a master hand analyst and a master teacher. I came to this system of hand analysis. We call it scientific hand analysis or life purpose hand analysis through the International Institute of Hand Analysis. So I was in public health and academia and government for 30 years. And I don't know whether any of you have been there, but time to get out and do something different. But I was clueless. I wanted to transition. I absolutely did. A friend of mine said, get your hands analyzed, go to the Institute and check it out. I did. And for the last 18 years, I've been a full-time practitioner of hand analysis. So basically what this is I work with people like me who are in a major transition in their life, helping them to navigate the transition. And in that process, I look at the intersection of your personality psychology, that's everything in your hands, behaviors, motivations. You're going to hear more about this as our podcasts continue. That intersection, personality psychology with your soul psychology, and that's in your fingerprints. So I'm thrilled to be here today with Julie and making this connection. We have connected over the years, and we're thrilled to bring you this work.
And I'm Julie Sonak, as I said before, and I'm a practicing occupational therapist, and I've been an OT for over 35 years. But the last 18 years, I focused in the area of hand therapy. So that's where my interest in hands came from. But I've also been very interested all my life in the mind-body connection. In fact, my thesis in graduate school was on that. It was on the type A and type B personalities and how stress impacts our body. So that's always been an interest to me. And I've also recently done coursework in integrative medicine. So looking at the whole person. Our hands are amazing, and they're actually a microcosm of our entire body. And hand analysis is an amazing system that can help us understand that. So my interest in anatomy and Janet's interest in skills in hand analysis, we kind of brought them together, and we'll explain more about that in the upcoming podcast, how they fit together so well. But we're hoping that you're gonna learn a lot about healing from this new paradigm.
And our work together, Julie's and mine, brought us to our book, which is Hand Wisdom, a holistic guide to hand injuries, and I want to stress and issues, and your health. And this book we're going to be talking about, referring to as we do our case studies. We're going to be presenting a number of case studies. We also hope that you will be part of our case studies at some point. But the premise of our book is, well, let's make that connection, but who could benefit from using this book? Well, we want this book in every health practitioner, healthcare worker's library, because it's an excellent starting point, an excellent diagnostic tool, an excellent springboard for connecting people through their hands and their issues and their injuries with something that might be going on in their life. And of course, it's for anybody who has hands, because if they're curious about what it is and how we get stopped in our track when we get something in our hands that keeps us from going full bore as a human being, as a seeker, whatever we are, that we want to make sure that you make the connections. And hopefully our book and our work will do that for you.
And what we really know from the research to some degree is that just making that connection can make a huge impact in people's lives. And that's what we're trying to do. So as Janet said, anybody can use this book. Anybody with a pair of hands, anybody who is in an alternative type of practice, it can be an adjunct to you. And that's what we're hoping for, because it's really about becoming conscious about what our bodies are trying to tell us and how that can lead us to healing. That's really what this is about. And we're so hoping it's going to be useful for you. In the upcoming podcast, we're going to also present maybe a few studies that back up the mind-body premise, and also the study that I was able to do on our premise at the University of Vermont Medical Center that I was able to present at 2 national conferences. So we have some really great stuff to present to you up in the upcoming podcast. So we really hope you'll tune in.
Me too. So we're going to show you a little bit more about how you can be connected to this podcast. The information is upcoming, and you can visit us on our channel, but we'll let you know all about that. Okay, you take care. Bye-bye. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye.